We are crotchety old men. We are crotchety old men. I am crotchety, they are crotchety. We are crotchety old men. Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of We Are Crotchety Old Men, the website that's for you, about you, and hopefully with you. Did I just say website or podcast? It's been a long weekend, and I'll explain that in a little bit. I am Arden, and I am joined today by my partner in crime, Abigail. And today we have two special guests for a very special weekend that happens once, maybe twice a year, because here in Virginia, it's Nerdfest 2023. And I am joined by Crotchety Alfred and Crotchety Daniel. Hey guys, how you guys doing?
I'm not that crotchety.
Wow.
We're doing just fine.
So before I start, I would like to let all of our listeners know that the reason for this podcast is we would actually like for people to join us. So if you have a story or if things just kind of make you feel irked or just mildly upset, maybe even pissed off, but not quite angry, and you want to share it with us, feel free. Hey, we'll have you on just like we have these two clowns on. Just kidding, guys. And then we'll I know that was mean. I'm getting the evil look right now. And then you could join us. Feel free to reach out to us at wearecrotchetyoldmen@gmail.com. That's wearecrotchetyoldmen@gmail.com. And let us know. We'll read your emails on the air if you like, or once again, you could always join us, just like these guys right now. So right now, I would actually like to share. Actually, Abigail had an interesting story today that she just needs to get off of her chest.
Yes, I got very crotchety today with Verizon Fios. I've been dealing with them for probably a decade, and their telephone line is always indicating to use their website. Well, once again, I tried to log on today, and in the end, the website froze up or it crashed. And it's beyond me, and this is what makes me crotchety. It's beyond me how an internet/communications company cannot maintain a website that actually works.
Is it possibly because you were looking at maybe adult websites and downloading inappropriate materials?
No.
Okay, sorry, I had to ask, because that's big. Thank you, Abigail. Just letting it get off your chest. So let me explain Nerdfest for all those who actually know Arden and Mr. Alfred and Mr. Daniel. We have actually been getting together since the year 1986. Yes, we are actually old, and playing a video game together. And now that we're here in our 50s, things have changed so dramatically. So I'd like to start with Daniel, just to kind of get his thoughts, and feel free to jump in, Alfred, because you kind of jumped in. You kind of only just started recently doing this within the last decade, about like what we do in Nerdfest.
Well, for me, it's mostly about eating because I do get to sit on the couch. There's a lot of chips that are involved, pretzels, which does bring me to a subject I like to talk about. This is day 395 since my last rolled gold rods. They have not had rolled gold rods available to me for over a year. I'm not angry about it. I am very annoyed by it, and I just wanted to make that very clear. Tomorrow will be day 396.
Are there other rolled gold products that you have had to substitute, or is it just the rods?
They've tried to get people to substitute. I don't go along with it.
Interesting. And Alfred, do you feel the same way about the rolled gold rods?
I would like to say that my friend Daniel is crotchety, so it's perfect.
I'm probably the least crotchety guy here.
Perfect. So
I really don't fit in.
There definitely is a lot of snacks, a lot of unhealthy snacks, and there's a lot of video game play. And back when we first started, I don't know if Arden will remember this, but we used to play probably 16, 18 hours a day. I mean, that was a long day. It was at a point where you would like, start falling asleep and you had the video game replaying in your head. You play it for so long.
Yeah, I'm just going to interject. You guys get up a little too early. I'm going to ask you guys to stop getting up at 6 a.m. to play. I need to get some sleep.
And that
I would definitely appreciate that.
Sorry, that happened as we got older, sir. I mean, nothing happened. We just got older. Every decade, I wake up an hour earlier.
Now, before you guys go on a tangent about poor crotchety Daniel's sleeping patterns, which, by the way, is absolutely atrocious, what game are we playing right now?
That'd be Zelda.
What
Tears
version?
of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
The new Zelda.
What's it, Zelda? What's it about?
It cost an extra $10 this year due to inflation. I just want to point that out.
Shrinkflation.
I paid an extra $10.
But you got more from the game. So
it shouldn't cost an extra $10. They made a big point to advertise that. I'm not happy about it.
To our audience members, I have to admit, Daniel is very, very mad about inflation. We may have to touch on that on a whole other subject where it's everything. I mean, he'll go into shrinkflation and sizeflation and inflation, but he's angry, people.
Yes, I will.
But so tell me about your actual trip down there, because I actually thought this was funny, which I think set Crotchety Aaron on a roll.
Yeah, I had lunch on a roll at a gas station. I was denied KFC, which I preferred. I feel I was treated unfairly.
See, now this is where things go off the rails a little bit for young Daniel here, right? So when we're talking about the trip, generally speaking, Alfred likes to antagonize Daniel for about a week beforehand, just to get him nice and crotchety for the trip down. So usually I'll come up with some lame reason I'm mad at him or some other reason why I did something wrong. It's usually just made up. This year it kind of worked, but he's learned too much and now he can pick up on it too quickly.
What does this have to do with the fact that I had a gas station sandwich for lunch, but I wanted a professional Kentucky Fried Chicken?
This crotchety old man is trying to explain. So on the way down, I felt like I had to be extra nice. So we're driving down the highway. Everyone knows the highway. It's boring, right? And when you're on a road trip, Arden will know this. There are certain rules about the road trip. Number one, you have to really focus on rest areas and try not to get off the highway because you can waste like a half hour just driving around trying to find something, right? So I literally find the perfect place for Daniel to have lunch. Everything you wanted. What did it have?
KFC.
What else?
I don't care. It was KFC.
It had backup Burger King. It had backup pizza. Everything he wanted. I pulled over, put the blinker on. I said, all right. And then he literally said, well, I'm not hungry yet. I said, well, this is the perfect one. And you may not see another one just like it a little bit. And then he literally said, I'll take my chances. So I got back on the highway, kept going. And then what happened to you?
2 hours later, he pulled off on the side of the road and I was eating at a gas station.
Well, before I got to ask you guys, where are you guys coming from? Because right now you're in the great state of Virginia. Where are you guys coming from?
Coming down from the great city of New York.
Okay, that actually could explain why you're crotchety off the bat.
Are you two married?
You know what? I would like to be married to Aaron Goldman, but no.
Oh, because you guys
I don't think she meant to each other. Pathetic response from a pathetic person.
I mean, you guys are actually
I'd like to point out, I asked Crotchety, why did this person literally assume she meant to each other? She meant, are you married to your actual wife? And the answer is what?
Yes, I'm married. Yes, been married for quite some time. Yeah. I've actually been married for 27 years to a lovely, lovely woman.
Would she be happy hearing you answer that question that you did in the way you did earlier?
I just love you that much.
Pathetic.
Now, how do your wives feel about you guys coming down and playing video games all together? Because I have to tell our audience, back in the old days when we first started getting together, we were much younger. There was mostly drinking video games and eating so badly. And times have changed so dramatically that now we're drinking water, drinking iced tea, and some of us are having salmon and then the very next morning getting up at 5 a.m. to go ride their bikes 26 miles.
So, what else have you seen as far as evolution, and how do your wives feel about you guys doing this?
I don't care. I had 3 burgers and 3 hot dogs before I started this show. I rest my case.
He can still eat. I would say that my wife has always been very supportive of Guys Weekend, right? So, and that's really what it is, right? It's Nerdfest, but it's Guys Weekend, and gives us an opportunity to get together. Yeah, we play a video game, but it's really about spending time together. And I know that's sweet and special with my friend Arden here.
Don't touch me. He's touching me. Don't touch me.
It's like dealing with a bunch of kids. Abigail, now this is your first Nerdfest that you've actually seen. What are your thoughts of dealing with myself and these two men?
Well, I think the dynamic is very interesting. I was told that one of them would eat a lot, and he did. And the other one is an athlete, and he certainly looks like it and ate like one.
Athlete.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to them playing their game tonight.
What about you?
I'm talking about you.
By the way, to everyone listening, Abigail was the host tonight and did an amazing job. And there's still a little bit more food left, but I would like to thank her for all of the effort she put in. I would like to thank these two for coming down. I mean, it's at least a 5-hour trip for Alfred. That's a long ass drive. And the other young man, Daniel, who actually can't drive. It was actually nice to see him. Back in the old days, sometimes he used to fly into the airport, and I'd have to go out and pick him up. And he would bitch and moan because he had to get the cheapest flights.
No, I didn't.
It was awful.
No, I didn't. It wasn't awful. Please correct that.
I mean, the one time where he made me pick him up at Union Station in DC, not knowing that it's almost an hour ride from my house back then.
It wasn't that bad.
It's just gotten kind of silly. So now, do you guys only play like one video game, or is it other video games? Or tell me, like, who's actually playing?
Yeah, the other video games are stupid. This is pretty much the only one we play. Thanks for the question.
The evolution of this, as Arden knows, is that Zelda is a game that is been played for many, many years. The basic concept is you have Zelda the princess and Link, who is the hero. And Zelda pretty much in every game I've played, again, I'm late to this Nerdfest in life, but every game I've played, Princess Zelda, generally speaking, gets taken away and then Link has to go save her. So that's pretty much the theme of it. What I've been impressed with is the amount of gameplay there actually is involved in these games. So as you know, if you've never played Legend of Zelda or this particular game, you could probably play the game for 80 hours before you finish. I have a sinking feeling this new version, Tears of the Kingdom will probably be more like 100 hours. But what do you think about that? We've been playing it for like maybe 15 hours now, right?
Yeah, I just want to say we need to get more cookies on the way back because we're running low.
No talk about the game at all, but this is a game that's built on tradition, because what we know about Zelda is that 2 people in this conversation were playing this game when they were children, and this person was not one of them. That leaves Daniel and Arden, who started playing this game in what year again? Remind us.
1986, back on the original Nintendo.
Think about the tradition that friends get together for this long to play what is a pretty dumb video game, but
decades
together, and it's having fun, and it's, bonds, right? So I know how much you love when we talk like this.
I didn't like Arden then. I don't like him now.
Now, going back to the game, as Daniel is being mean to me as per usual. I mean, if he doesn't get his cookie fix, I mean, we're going to be in trouble. I mean, he's got chocolate cake happening, and he's getting hungry. Now,
that's actually true.
Now, is this game, because a lot of people in the audience, probably most, have either never heard of this game or know nothing about the gaming world because, we're in our 50s. So most 50-year-old people are not playing video games.
Yeah.
As my brother thinks it's absolute, almost sad that we're doing this, but, it's fun for me. It's a relaxation. But now, is it an online game? Is it multiplayer? Like, is one player playing the hero, one person is the princess? Or is it just one person plays and the other two people sit there? Is one person an idea man? Is one person, what do people actually do? Or do you just sit there and it sounds like just making fun of each other?
I'm basically the idea man of the operation. I use the book method. The book is not out yet. I was very upset about that. I did prepay for the book and I don't have it.
Wow.
We've seen this game played in different ways, but the game is long and pretty much you are working through opening the world up to see where everything is. And then you have challenges, right? A lot of these are puzzles, some battles, but a lot of puzzles. So, and classic example of puzzle time today for Mr. Idea Man is that we went into a shrine. That's where one of the puzzles is. And we said to Daniel, you're going to do this one all by yourself.
That did annoy me.
And as Arden knows, about 2.5 hours later, after dying numerous times, after showing him how to do it repeatedly, he finally got the job done. So
it was the controller's fault. I shouldn't be blamed for that.
So basically, the idea man has no idea because he uses a book. What now? Do you download the book from the?
No, it's a book with pages.
Oh, so you actually have to read other people's work and tell Alfred what to do. Is that correct?
Yes, I analyze it. Thank you for asking.
You analyze it. Excuse me, what?
I analyze.
Analyze. I'm sorry. Right now, I have to admit, Abigail is completely in shock right now.
Speechless.
That 3 grown men are doing this, but hey, what works for us, Now, we are all professional people. Now. Tell us a little about hint about you, Daniel. You live in New York City, is that correct? You're married.
That's correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're married. Now, to come here, did you take time off from work? Did you like this is a big deal that you've actually came down here to play a video game?
I was pressured into it. I wasn't happy about it. I had to use time off from work to get here, and then I was antagonized on the trip, and I'm still annoyed by it.
Now, there is a rumor that it was actually your wife who actually pushed for you to actually come down here. Is that true?
She thinks it's stupid as well.
Okay. And Alfred, your wife, now she's actually seen this game being played. And does she have any, does she think it's silly, fun? Is she actually ever going to take part in this event?
I'd like to begin this comment by saying how Crotchety is the man sitting here. He is just
not at all.
He's worked up about everything. He got mad because he had to eat at the gas station. He got mad, and he's still mad about it 3 days later.
That's correct.
Yep.
Now, by the way, speaking of eating at a gas station, there is thing I wasn't going to share this with the audience, but someone who ate at a gas station happened to have some explosive diarrhea last night and blew my bathroom out. And this is
I believe I can handle that one. I wouldn't necessarily call it explosive. There was definitely an issue. It happened multiple times. Once again, it was not my fault. I was forced to eat at a gas station. I don't recommend anyone else repeat the procedure. And if it happens on the trip home, I will definitely be angry.
Now, this actually also happened in the last time this same person, aka Daniel, came to my apartment. Same problem, but he did not eat at a gas station. But with that, Abigail actually had an interesting story about a bathroom.
Yeah, I used to rent a house out in the country, and my last tenants totally trashed the place, so I went out to clean it up. And I opened the guest bathroom, and there were 2 red gasoline tanks. And I thought about it, and I guess I thought to myself, they must have had to take a explosive shit. That would be the only reason for them to have those gas tanks in there.
Classic.
Classic. Now,
Classic.
to really lower even the lower the credibility of this wonderful podcast, what Mr. Daniel actually partaken in. Sorry, I am not an English major, as you could easily tell. It has its own name, and it is called what, Alfred?
What he partook in?
Yes.
He's talking about Saturday Night Special.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's be brutal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to throw my friend here under the bus, but he's calling it Saturday Night Special, generally because it happens on a Saturday night, although this happened on a Friday night, so it was a Friday night special.
It was a Friday.
Last time, by the way, he blamed the Mahi Mahi. This time he's blaming the gas station. I'm not sure which is which.
So maybe it's the eating habits, possibly?
It was definitely eating habits. I don't recommend any of those eating habits.
I mean, the man does eat a lot. As we've said before, he went 3-3 tonight. So I want everyone to think about this, right? 3-3 would be 3 hot dogs, 3 burgers, and then did you have sides?
Potato salad.
So, and this is impressive, by the way. This all started when we made a trip to Five Guys, and 2 guys of the 3 that went walked up and ordered a burger and fries, and they said, well, we'll share the fries. And then this guy behind us said, I'll have 2 hot dogs, I'll have 2 hamburgers. And he said, and then he turned to me and said,
focus on the meat.
He said, do you think that's enough? And I said, I think that's plenty.
Let the record show he cuts 1 burger in half and throws the other half away.
That's true.
Wow. So
then I get annoyed. That is true.
Yeah.
So you like to have a lot of meat between the buns. Is that correct, Daniel?
100% true. I don't care how you take it. That's 100% true.
So you actually take a lot of meat between the buns, is what?
No, I eat a lot of meat between the buns. Thank you. Please correct that on the record.
Okay, weird. I'll correct it. So now back to the whole point. So you came down on Friday, and when are you guys leaving?
Sunday.
As soon as possible.
Whereas he would say
Friday morning, Friday afternoon. I mean, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon.
I mean, generally speaking, as people know, when you're on a road trip, you got to get up, especially where we drive from, which is up and down the East Coast corridor. You got to get up and go. It's just the fact of the matter is. Otherwise, you'll just spend all day trying to get home.
Now, Alfred, you're the one who's always driving. Is that correct?
Well, I would like to not drive, but my particular co-pilot, Daniel here, doesn't drive. I did say to Daniel, take a bus, take a train, take a plane. And his response was, you can just pick me up.
That's correct.
And so, like, Daniel, do you pay for gas or anything on the way?
Not at all.
Yeah.
So, okay. So basically, people buy you. Now, is anyone at least paying? Do you buy your own food?
Barely.
Barely.
I mean, let's be honest. You didn't buy food last night.
That's a lot.
You got dinosaur hands at dinner. You were like, here's the chicken.
So he said you had T-Rex hands. That literally the bill came, and all of a sudden you're like, I can't reach it. That's pretty sad, actually.
Yeah.
So you eat the most. Let me guess, you probably had like a giant steak or something like that.
It wasn't that big.
Actually, he went small last night. Didn't you notice that?
I went small.
He went filet. I was impressed, you know?
Yeah.
Not good.
It was all the rods beforehand, and they were not rolled gold.
And they were not rolled gold.
Yeah.
They were not, and I got to apologize for this. I actually did. I go to this one place that sometimes it's a 50-50, and sometimes they have amazing deals on their snacks. And I know, feeding Daniel, that you literally have to keep him satisfied.
I was not satisfied.
So, like, when he gets a thing of cookies, it's a tub of cookies. It's not like one little sleeve of cookies. There's 24 cookies. He got them yesterday. He's out of them today.
They're gone.
There's no cookies, plus pretzels. You would think he would be 680 pounds.
I don't accept his apology. It's a horrible apology.
But anyway, this was my fault. I bought the pretzels. They were some no-name brands. They were actually pretty good, except for the.
No, they weren't.
I know they were actually, but I got to explain why. And it was basically cost. As you know, I know Daniel wanted to touch on this a little, but it really was cost of it. And I wanted to point that out because yesterday we went shopping for the first time, and Alfred, we're at the checkout counter, and Alfred starts literally using the self checkout. By the way, never use self checkout with Alfred and Daniel. Those two, it's like I don't know.
Why use self checkout? Just go to a cashier and have them do the work. I don't want to do the work. I want to just get my food.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it was atrocious. I mean, I thought
it was atrocious.
Bust out coupons. I mean, it was awful. But Alfred literally got the pre-cut fruit, and it was like $18, sir, or something like that. It was an astronomical amount. Then we were looking at like the hot dogs were astronomical. There was a bunch of oh, the soda. Holy crap! Daniel, explain real fast. What is shrinkflation, sizeflation? What is that?
Yeah, I'll be happy to explain that. I know there are a lot of stupid people out there, so I'm going to make perfectly clear that inflation is literally when you're paying a lot more for the same item and you get very upset because it costs you more and you can buy less. And if you have people buy stuff for you, like I have my mom buy food for me all the time, and she comes back with 4 bottles of soda when it used to be 5 for $5. Now you only get 4 for $5. That's inflation. Okay. When you pay $6.89 for a pack of hot dogs that used to cost $4.99, that's inflation. Okay. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I understand, but I understand. Does
the
your
price
mom
goes
still
high.
shop for you?
A lot of times, yes.
Mommy still shops for you. Okay. Wow, breaking news here, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel's mommy still shops for him. We did not know that. Not his wife.
Now you do, and that's not important. What's important is shrinkflation is when you get a box of cookies that cost more and the cookies are thinner. You have to check the ounces. Okay, this is very important to check the ounce count on your box. A lot of times the ounces on the box will indicate that you're getting less. You may notice it because the box may be smaller, the container may be smaller, or you may not notice at all because they may try to trick you, but the ounces are less and you're still paying more. That's shrinkflation, and that's not fair, because that means that even if your mom brings back the same amount she thinks, you're actually getting less, and then you have to send her back out to the store to get more food because you don't have enough, because it runs out too quickly because you have a shrunken amount of food for more money. That's shrinkflation, and that's killing people like myself.
Well, it isn't just shrinkflation, it's elimination.
Exactly.
Have you found that? I cannot find my favorite ice cream anymore.
That's a great point. A lot of products, from rolled gold rods to, let's say, for example, we had a listener with a comment about Edie's ice cream. Edie's ice cream is impossible to find nowadays, and I'm very annoyed about that as well. It could be due to the rising costs of food, and it could also be due to the fact that people are morons. One of the other problems that exists in shrinkflation is the ice cream size has actually gotten smaller. Originally, as everyone knows, ice cream was 1.75 liters. It went down to 1.5 liters. Edie's was still very common at the time. Turkey Hill is now one of the ice creams that's available. It has now gone down to 1.44 liters, and many people are too stupid to notice that and end up with a large percentage less ice cream than they expected, and it goes out quicker.
That was an excellent description of shrinkflation. And for
Correct.
those also who thought shrinkflation was when Daniel jumps into a very icy cold pool, that's not shrinkflation, that's shrinkage. Just wanted to point that out because people want to know that, because never mind, that's a whole other story we can get into at another time about shrinkage. Now, so you have less food. There's no food out there.
Correct.
The sizes are getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Correct. Very accurate statement.
And then you have really poor co-hosts who actually buy stale pretzels. And
Correct.
no wonder Daniel is so angry. But does
Correct.
Daniel take it out in the video games? Or does he just stew on the couch complaining that he has no cookies?
I'll handle that. Sometimes I do throw the controller on the ground or on the couch. Sometimes I do kick tables, things of that nature. That's true. It does feel good.
Well, but
it doesn't solve the problem.
I would like to thank David Daniel. Jeez, I don't even remember the guy's name. I was so amazed by that. And Alfred for being on today. And I would like to always thank the wonderful Abigail for joining us. And if you like our podcast, please let us know. Once again, it is we are crotchety old men at gmail.com. We are crotchety old men at gmail.com. We are available on almost all social networks at this point in time. So you can join us on Facebook. I was about to call it Face Group. I think I'm punch drunk from watching Daniel eat so much. But
It wasn't that much.
well, I'd like to thank you all, and please can't wait for episode 3. We actually have another guest. Guests are reaching out to us. Guests are emailing us a lot, so we want to hear more and want to know what your thoughts are. So here we go. I got to sing again, and I greatly apologize, but actually I like it. We are crotchety old men. We are crotchety old men. I am crotchety, they are crotchety. We are crotchety old men. Thank you, everyone.